Hello! Welcome to another video. Today is a special day because I'm finally back on the sagas. Since I finished City of Heavenly Fire about a month ago, I've been reading books that are not part of a saga. And don't get me wrong, most of those books are amazing books. It's not the feeling that a saga can give you. Sagas are my comfort zone. That feeling that you have when you finish a book and you know there are more to come and you have more time for character development and more time for characters to die. And it's not just that I'm back on the sagas, it's that I'm starting a saga that is completely new for me. Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. I'm sure a lot of you have already heard about this saga, but I'm just starting it. When I first started reading it, I felt like it was very similar to The Mortal Instruments in some aspects. So the story is about this girl. It takes place in Prague. This girl named Karu, she goes to art school and is very talented in drawing. She has tattoos, she has eyes tattooed on the palm of her hands that I kept imagining the blobby guy from Pan's Labyrinth. She has blue hair. You could say she's a regular girl with blue hair, but her family are actually chimeras. These creatures that are part human and part animal. They have like different pieces of animals in their anatomy mixed with human. And so what she does apart from going to school is that she works for these chimeras, gathering animal teeth from different parts of the world. She brings the animal teeth to a shop where they use them to create something. And in return, she's paid with wishes, little things that she wears as a necklace, and each one is a wish. Of course, no one in her school or in the world knows about the existence of the chimeras. Only her, so she has to keep it a secret and can't tell anyone why she suddenly disappears when she has to go get some teeth. And there are also angels in the story that are at war with the chimeras. It's kind of a complicated world to understand at first. It took me a little to understand everything that was going on, also because the names are kind of weird. Eventually I got the idea and got immersed into the story. If you have not read the book, you probably shouldn't be watching this because I'm gonna start with spoilers now. If you don't want to be spoiled, you should close the tab now. At first, I imagined Brimstone as a centaur. Literally a centaur, like the ones from Harry Potter, or Chiron from Percy Jackson. Even after she described that he had this animal head, I couldn't imagine him as other than Chiron. He had this wishbone in his neck that I know that was meant something. Of course it was obvious, it meant something. Isa, the serpent lady, I kept imagining her as Medusa. Anyway, as usual, I began imagining different scenarios. If the people closing the portals are angels, does that mean that the chimeras are demons? They certainly look like demons. I mean, poor animal. If I would see a chimera walking down the street, I would freak out. Probably faint. What the hell were their teeth used for? I was really getting frustrated as I went through the book and I was not getting an explanation of what the teeth were for. And why can she get a bigger wish? So we finally meet the angels. This guy named Akiva, or Akiva. It's Akiva for me. They meet and they start fighting, and that was really exciting to see this angel fighting with this girl who we don't know who she is because she doesn't know who she is, where she came from. She doesn't know a thing. All her family are chimeras, but she's not a chimera, so what the hell is she? I thought that he was actually gonna kill her. Well, not kill her. She couldn't kill her. She's the main character. I was expecting a really big fight. And then she finds out she's Suki Stackhouse and has this power coming out of her hands to push the angel away. And she manages to escape. You know, the eyes simply like, psh. That was very cool at the moment of the battle. But after that, it made me suspect that she might have been part demon. Or that she might have been experimented on. I don't know. I was really mad at Brimstone after that. She comes back from gathering your freaking teeth that you have not explained me what they're for. She's all wounded by an angel, and just because she went looking for you through that door, you get so mad that push her away without giving any explanation to her or to me. What the hell's your problem, Brimstone? I thought we were friends. Then Akiva goes on stalker mode to look for Karu, and she had been completely neglected and pushed away by her chimera family. He finally finds her and they fight again, but then they go on a date and then they start falling in love for each other, and I thought that was very ridiculous because how can you fall in love with a guy who had just tried to kill you twice and then you go on a date and after 2 murder attempts and 1 date, you already feel that you're in love with him. And I thought, are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? Are you really falling for him? Okay, he's described as a very handsome guy, but really, he just tried to kill you twice. Anyway, shit happens, and they actually fall in love. The story evolves, and you know that they have met already in her previous life, and then it makes sense that they have already this previous relationship, something that attracted to each other. Go to that cafe and start talking, and she can see this image of him, like a past him, happier and with less marks. First thing that came to my head was that she was a reincarnation of this Madrigal girl. It's so obvious she has to be a reincarnation or something like that. But eventually, as I read the whole Madrigal story, I began thinking that Carew was actually the daughter of Madrigal and Akiva. She's your daughter, it's so obvious, it's your daughter. But then they start making out, so the daughter theory flew out the window because that would be so creepy. This part when apparently he has already found out who she is and he's just about to tell her, and then his siblings came in and we don't find out. I was so upset at that moment with them. I wanted them dead. Who is she? What is she? I have to say that I liked more the Madrigal story than Carew's story. That was a romantic story that made more sense actually than just falling in love with him after he tried to kill you. The whole past story and also finally an explanation of what teeth are for. I still didn't get an explanation about how the wishing granted things are made. I would like to know that in the next books. This whole story about chimeras being able to go back into their bodies after they die, it made me think, oh, so if you don't like your body, you can just change it and be the super powerful beast that has the best of all animals. And apparently they do that, so I'm not that lost. This wolf guy, I hated him when they started describing him as like, oh my god, that's the guy that she saw in the cathedral when she went where she wasn't supposed to go. So is he dead again? Or is he resurrecting? Or is he just, like, I don't know, have his spare body prepared just in case? I don't know, Kiro, or Chiro, or Cairo, or I don't know how that's pronounced, but the freaking sister! The freaking sister! Since the moment that she woke up in her new body and she was all jealous because she has this dog head instead of a human head, that moment made me thought, okay, she's not one that I'm supposed to be trusting. She's not trustworthy. That moment, I knew that she was the one who's gonna betray her. They put in sugar on the girls so boys would approach them and lick them.
Hey there, shiny girl. I'm gonna lick you.
I mean, girls would end up with human saliva and dog saliva and bird saliva and saliva of all kinds of animals. That's just weird. Can chimeras get diabetes? And in the end, that master plan that Brimstone made so she would actually survive? Oh god. Oh god. I kind of saw that coming since he began giving her all the hints, connecting the dots. Brimstone, I know what you're doing, I know where you're going. For once, the main character was not so loyal and such a good person that he or she would simply forgive everyone because they meant well. No, that bitch deserved to be punished. Her soul deserved to be flown away and disappear in whatever the hell that souls disappear. And I'm so glad that she did. And then when we thought that everything is just happy, then this freaking bastard, Akiva. Oh, I killed your family, I'm sorry.
What?
I see your point. You thought she was dead. But really, you were speaking about making peace, and this is the best effort you can do? I can't. I can't. I don't know if they're actually dead. Maybe they're survived somehow. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen in the next book. If the whole Chimera world has been destroyed and burned down, what exactly she's expecting to find? She's going with this angel that is fallen and can walk. Of course, he's not trustworthy either. What are you doing, Carew? Or Madrigal, or whoever you are? What are you doing going with him? I think the whole story is going to actually start from here. Like the story would actually start getting more interesting at this point. I hope, but I don't know, so I'm going to avoid spoilers. I feel like one of Akiva's siblings is going to die. I don't know if it's going to be the sister or the brother. I don't know, but I have this feeling that one of them is going to die at some point. The wolf guy has to die or be reincarnated in like this caterpillar ill, whatever, something very hideous that he won't stand it, and then he's gonna kill himself. I feel good going back to a saga because now I have like a program reading. I know what I'm gonna read next. I also have two more sagas that I want to read. One of them is Legend by Marie Lu. I've heard a lot of things about the saga and I'm really excited about reading it. The next one is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I really have not heard much about this book, but it looks very interesting. Plus the other two books of Daughter Smoke and Bones. That's all for today. As you can see, I have a lot to read, so I might as well start now. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.